Welcome to the Wheel With It podcast with your host, Devon. Let's get into the episode.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Wheel With It. My name is Devon Readers, and today I am getting into a very special episode of Wheel With It. I wanted to do one of these for the last Nick Shirley video that got released, but we had so many technical issues, and I finally mastered the art of doing these things. So today I'm going to be reacting to Nick Shirley's new Minnesota welfare fraud video. So part 2 that just came out yesterday on my birthday. Best present ever. I don't have a reaction video to part 1. I have a little part of it up on TikTok, but that was like the second or third recording because again we had technical issues, but we do have this one. And speaking of technical issues, there is a little part of this one where I forgot to full screen the video at the start of the second recording because I did this in 2 separate recordings. So please bear with me through the wonky screen Shirley video side. It should not affect the viewing experience at all. I just wanted to say up top, it breaks my heart that I had to do that, but it should not affect the viewing experience at all. I just had to crop what was on the side of my computer screen out because I didn't want anything else shown in the video. So that breaks my heart, but I did full screen it about halfway through. So other than that, it should be okay. I'll give you guys more of my thoughts at the end, but I just wanted to do a quick intro. I don't talk that much in the video while we're watching the actual video. I am watching it for the first time in this video, so I'm reacting to it live. A little bit of background before we got into it. I was born with cerebral palsy. I've been on some kind of welfare since I was 14 years old, so Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. I've been on some type of welfare since I was 14 years old. I'm really passionate about welfare reform, and to learn more about that, you can go to either wheelwithit.com/reform or Welfare Reform Now. And if you want to, you can scan the QR code. I'll put a banner down at the bottom of the screen so you guys can just scan it. If you're on YouTube, if you're on audio, go to YouTube and then you can scan it. And I hope you guys will take some action on welfare reform. So I'll give you guys my thoughts at the end. All right, let's get into this. I don't know what this is going to be. I have not seen this, and we are using a much better service this time. One of my favorite podcasters uses this, so I know this is a good, reliable service, so there should be no technical issues. All right, let's get into this. I don't know what I'm going to see. I have not seen this yet. And wait, let me put do not disturb on here for a minute. Okay, now let's get into this. Again, I have not seen this, and I don't know what I'm going to see. I'm kind of scared, but let's just get into it.
I'm asking no. You don't ask me nothing. $2.25 million. Are we
the only community that does fraud?
How can they say?
Oh my God, they are so great about the fraud that they're asking. Are they the only community?
We're looking for it. Never heard of it.
No, we're shining the light
on
fraud.
And
they
and that one guy has never heard
Would
of
you
the
like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
The Minnesota fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars of fraud has been exposed, and as I showed the world the blatant fraud taking place at daycares and other locations across Minnesota, it became the most viewed video expose on the internet and created instant change within the government as the Fed sent thousands of federal agents to Minnesota, and the HHS froze over $185 million in all payments to childcare. And while politicians like Tim Walz call people like me white supremacists and far-right delusional conspiracy theorists for exposing the fraud, Meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election. The Minnesota fraud scandal has
Ended Tim
erupted the
Walz is
nation
what
as
he's
protests and
saying.
riots took place,
Millennials
all
freaking
starting
ended
because
Tim
daycares
Walz.
like Quality Learing Center were exposed. However, the daycares is only a small portion of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years. So here in Minnesota, you have daycare fraud, you have adult daycare fraud, you have healthcare fraud, and you even have more fraud. What's some of the fraud that's also taking place here inside of Minnesota?
Well, what I think might be sort of the heart of the beast here is this transportation fraud. And what I mean by that is in Minnesota, we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota, and more than 90% of them are Somali-owned.
And so right here on the table, what do we have? All this information right here.
So I have a number of companies.
Okay, so a little bit about what non-medical transportation is for those of you that don't know. So people with disabilities and like seniors will need this to take them to doctor's appointments, physical and occupational therapy appointments, and all that other stuff, because accessible transportation is so expensive to buy on your own and so hard to find that these companies will come and take them to like doctor's appointments, therapy appointments, even social outings if you have a disability or elderly, all that kind of stuff. So that's what that is.
That are local here in the Twin Cities, and this is just a fraction of the companies that are out there. What I found was that the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles per company. A lot of these companies, their address is an
I have a hard
apartment.
time believing it's even
Some are
that
in a
much, by the
house.
way.
Some are in a convenience store, some of them in a vacant building. There's no signage, there's nobody there.
And so why would there be such a need for all these transportation companies here inside of Minnesota?
So if you think of this transportation as the hub of the wheel, so childcare is a spoke, adult daycare is a spoke, autism is a spoke, the interpreter services, which we can get into, that's another spoke. It all ties back to transportation. Why? Because those meals someone had to deliver those meals. Someone has to deliver the kid to autism, or say they did. So it all revolves around the transportation. And so when you're looking at this, you say, okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in Minnesota. Well, again, the average is 20 vehicles per company. So that's 800 times 20. And the way these NEMT companies are paid is if they bring someone to a doctor's appointment, whatever the case might be, or Costco or wherever they're going, because remember, it's non-emergency medical transportation. Well, we went to Costco because they have to eat or they'll die. So that's considered, right? So it's almost impossible to figure out from the outside what exactly the payments are for each of these trips, but I have a pretty good idea. So when someone provides a transportation to a facility or a location, they're also paid for the time to sit there and wait for the appointment to end and then drive the person back. So they're paid 3 different ways. And the average is going to be $50 per trip. So it's going to the appointment as a trip, coming back trip. So that's $100 per round trip. So if you have 800 companies in Minnesota that are NEMT companies, they all own 20 vehicles, and they're all making 10 trips a day, and it's $50 per trip. So it's 800 times 20 times 10 trips times $50 a trip. Do the math. And the reality is, how many of these trips are being provided? 0. They don't have to provide any. Why? Because when they are paid by the state of Minnesota, these companies go online and they fill out a form and it just says, okay, how many trips, how many miles. They submit that electronically to the state and boom, they get paid. Nobody bothers to check. They don't call the dentist. Did this kid show up? They don't do anything. As soon as that form is filed with the state of Minnesota, that payment goes out immediately.
And so essentially, these transportation companies are what hold all of the fraud together, because you have the daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the adult daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the healthcare companies working with the transportation companies. So it's just another way to bill and to also make it look like something's happening here inside of Minnesota.
This is the belly of the beast. All of this fraud revolves around these transportation companies. All of it. This touches every part of fraud here in Minnesota.
And today we're going to go confront these people. We confronted them last time. There was no kids in any of the childcare centers. And today, what do you expect to see?
I think we're going to see some vehicles because, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving. Mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever. And there's never, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles. I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco. They're going to Sam's Club. They're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're going to go out and see what's happening with these transportation companies.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first, David. All right, let's go. So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation, Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
And so what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
allegedly fraudulent.
Well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue, I have no idea where there's parking them because there is no parking anywhere near this office.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there we have a Loving Arms adult daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there, and there's supposed to be a transportation company registered right here. It's 617, but it's a liquor store.
Okay, yeah.
The location here is
transportation, liquor, two
and also
very different
617.
things.
These are two
Probably
transportation
shouldn't go
companies.
together.
We're all on a main road right now, and this is 607, and it is not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer, but it's registered here, 607. This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is
No,
the
it does
transportation company?
not. Oh my
I
God.
don't see any
Okay.
signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we have the manager. Let's see if we can find fraud. Hello. How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation.
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation.
Safari Transportation,
Please,
607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari
We
Transportation.
don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation,
know.
That's the
607.
address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari
There's
Transportation is.
not, we don't know.
Did you
Okay,
know
so the
Fuad
business is
Omar?
not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar,
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is from the state.
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say, this is for
Go
Safari
find out.
Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015. Safari Transportation, state of Minnesota.
I don't even know where that is. That's a bust. I don't even
it's
know.
registered
Oh my
now.
God.
This is
I don't
current.
even
Just
know
off
where
the
the
state of
fake
Minnesota website today.
business is.
This
Oh
is
my
from today. I
God.
just
Like
printed
at least
this off
know
today.
where our
Fuad
fake
Omar.
Go check it out.
business is. What
We're
the
here. This is
hell?
607. Where's Safari
Okay,
Transportation?
it's not Safari, period.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent
Did you-
business.
Did you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
Did you see?
Exactly. It's
Did
not
you
here.
see it?
It's a
Did
fraud.
you see, sir?
Like they just
Okay,
are
thank
like
you. We're gonna
vain
go to the
about it.
next
They're
entrance.
like, yeah,
All
we're
right,
committing
keep
fraud,
moving
get
on.
out.
So 607.
Oh my God.
This is
Okay.
supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company, and now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor.
Yeah,
Where is the
the
transportation
ones that
company?
should make the
617.
transportation
617 right here?
Yeah, that's where
Transportation
they're
for the
going.
state of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to hide that these
Yeah.
are transportation companies.
Should-
Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Yeah, where are the vans at?
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
What's that?
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
No,
Where is the transportation company?
no, we don't have this.
You ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari? I know Safari, that many wiring, 607.
The money wiring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Yeah,
Safari
We're looking for
Transportation.
Safari
Maybe there.
Transportation.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never did. Safari company, the many wiring, they send money there. That's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're
Yeah, they
receiving
like
money
agree
and then
with,
wiring
like,
it somewhere.
admitting to
Underneath
this
the name of
fraud.
the transportation
oh my God.
company.
Like they
Go
have no
here.
consequences at all.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is reliable services, immigration, travel.
Yeah,
and
not
tax.
so reliable.
I do not see a transportation company
Good
anywhere.
morning. Hey, we're hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. You ever heard of it?
I'm not heard of it. Ask next door.
He said to ask here, that you would know.
Ask next door. This is a mailbox. It's not a real call.
So Dreamline Transportation could be nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
607 Safari Transportation doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617 Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says reliable ITT services. How are you doing, man?
I just want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we
to-
sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're
Are
not
you-
attacking your
are you-
community by any means.
Are you making
We're
good money
looking-
from this?
We're looking for fraud.
No, I'm
For
not.
instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607?
second.
It's not there.
How
And why
much-
don't you answer-
How much money are
Why don't you
you?
answer the
how much
question?
money
Where's
are you
617
making?
Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make money off
this?
of YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing
That my job
and attacking
is.
the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the
fraud is
reason why
fraud,
this is
sir.
happening. All right. Let me tell
David,
you the reason why
fraud
you're
is fraud,
this.
correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
This
Is fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
No, it does not.
All right, and us being from Africa. This is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not
Because
saying
when,
that.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. You're talking.
when I go onto your comments,
My comments.
what I
aren't
see
me.
is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You are listen.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like
How?
the Japanese community. All
How?
right,
How?
you're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the
listen.
question.
Like,
Where,
that's something
where
that
is
can,
the transportation
something
vehicle
that can
company?
jeopardize
Answer the
the
question.
safety and the
anything
protection of the
illegal.
This is
Somali
fraud.
community.
We're talking
If
about
anything
fraud. sir.
happens to the
We're
Somali
We're talking about
community,
fraud.
listen, I'm not doing anything. I'm
I know.
not physically touching
You're
you.
getting very close.
I'm not physically
You're
touching
very
you.
close.
No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud.
What
We're
you're
talking about
doing,
fraud.
what you're
You're-
doing,
you're
what
defending
doing,
fraud.
when
You're
I go
defending
into your
fraud.
comments,
You're defending fraud.
people who hate Muslims
Okay,
want
people
us
can-
out of here
People can say
for
what they
being
want. I'm
Muslim
not censoring
are
anybody.
using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People who hate Islam use your material. Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. Say it. We're asking about
You know,
fraud.
what
We're
you
asking
do,
about fraud.
you hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate
You
Muslims.
hate Mu- you
We're
know
talking
you
about
hate
fraud.
Muslims.
We're talking
Why are
about
you
fraud.
attacking us?
This
Are we
is
the
fraud.
only community
We're
that suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about
Are we
fraud.
the only community that does fraud?
No, you're not.
This is about fraud.
There's what, 300 Somali
This is
providers
fraud.
out of Minnesota?
There's actually 800. So
you speak English?
transportation
The security doesn't even speak English.
Fraud. Like, you're the one
See, this
committing
is gonna
the
raise
fraud,
issues,
so that's why
sir.
they're investigating.
This is about fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a.
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
You
sir.
want to sacrifice the safety of
Sir.
80,000 people
We're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers? Are you fucking mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
You're
Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass
Listen.
shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick and Shirley. If
This is-
any Somali,
this is about
if
fraud.
one single Somali gets hurt,
This is about fraud,
it's because
sir.
of you. Sensationalizes. You son of a bitch. Sensationalizes.
Wow, you're
Get the
very
fuck
nice.
Out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the
Get the
transportation
fuck out of
company
our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the fuck out of here.
is? Calm down, sir.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sir, this is
You
about
want to
fraud.
sensationalize? You want clicks?
You're
You got clicks.
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
You
sensationalizing
got
yourself.
clicks.
You're sensationalizing yourself. That
Tell
should
me
be a
where the
meme.
transportation
Wanted
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks. You got YouTube clicks. Now get the fuck out of our community.
Tell me where the
Get the
transportation
fuck out of our
vehicle is.
community.
Tell me where the.
You
This
stupid,
is about
racist
fraud.
motherfucker.
This is.
Say I don't want
This is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to change the Constitution.
No, I don't
and
want to change the
freedom of
Constitution.
religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. That is what you are
Sir,
arguing for.
we're not talking.
Change the Constitution.
This is about fraud.
Appreciate it.
Get the fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
Fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Tell me where the transportation company is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously, for
Oh
this
my
video, we
god,
have
there's
security,
like a
because look
whole
at this
group
now.
of them. What in the hell?
We're gone. We're gone.
Go from here.
But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
No, none.
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion. This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent, and the Somalis are the most violent people I have ever met in my whole life.
Because he couldn't answer the question. Where was the transportation
He
company?
wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Neither business was there or operating, and giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online, it's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip. And with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue. And with those two locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud. All right, we're going to the next location.
What's interesting, Nick, is that one of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota. But the place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow. There will be no
Yeah,
tire
that's
tracks.
one of your
And so
main jobs as a transportation
why are they using
company is
this
to move
address?
the actual
And all
van
that was in
that's
there
taking
was a
places?
liquor store.
People?
And he told us
Taking
to talk to the
people
guy
places,
next
can't
door, and those were all just mailboxes. And then the guy next door said, "Go talk to him." I said, "We just talked to him." Obviously, the cover up, and you see how they all stick together, and it's all this intimidation. And thank God we had the security we did there, because that would have been bad.
Now we're outside of this transportation vehicle company right here.
Yeah, and so you can see these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window and the numbers on the rear. None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot they were 8 months ago. And look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out from the Somalis on 617 Cedar. And this is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store. And now it's here, and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally, no vans and no tire tracks.
No, like there are no
anywhere.
tire tracks at
If
all.
these
That's
vans are being used to
crazy.
transport people, whether it be healthcare, childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 vehicles here, no snow tracks anywhere. These vehicles are not being used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for. Here's all of the vehicles right here. And the vehicles that are coming in and out, like this Toyota, it does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here, David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain. And there's 3 different companies in the same address.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how all these companies are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that.
And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult daycares, and healthcare services. They need to leave a paper trail to make it look like something is happening. Therefore, they use these transportation companies to create that paper trail by saying they're moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually never provide the service at the healthcare provider. But that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money, and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to dismantle, because quite literally everyone is involved.
And it's all because the state of Minnesota never checks.
All right, so this is actually the location for Silver Mountain Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any...
Well, at least
Yes,
that
the
one
where
looks the
Silver
most
Mountain-
promising.
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that.
Silver Muslim. He actually said Silver Muslim. What the heck?
Here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
check-
Mountain does not exist.
You
Oh my God,
were-
did he not say Silver Muslim?
Maybe
I thought I heard Silver Muslim.
It's just Silver
Silver
Mountain.
Muslim.
When you come,
All right,
Maybe not.
sir. Well,
He didn't
so
do
Silver,
that.
so Silver Mountain does not exist.
You're making a business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business to
Okay,
600
sir.
people.
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain?
I don't
Home
know where
Healthcare?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well, that's what we're
But-
looking for. All right, we're moving on.
Sitting there-
So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain?
Okay,
Home
so
Healthcare.
that's
These
like
companies.
number
I mean, this is shocking. 3
3.
companies are supposed to be in that building.
Or that didn't
and
exist.
He's never
Like-
heard of them. He doesn't know anything about them.
And look, so
What the hell?
they don't exist there. Right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services, a daycare right there. All these welfare companies are in the same location, but their businesses, that business didn't even exist.
It's all fraud. All of it.
So right there is a transportation company, no passenger, just a driver. How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer simple questions about the fraud, they can't answer?
Well, I think their reaction tells you all you need to know. The reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on, they would say, what are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation, but they can't, because they know we're shining the light on the fraud and they have no defense. So in their mind, being loud and using profanity is their only defense.
Because I'm trying to give them the opportunity to say, where are the transportation companies? Where are the daycare? Where are the children? Where are the companies now? Yet they can't answer.
And to this point, Nick, the transportation companies we've been to, we haven't seen a single vehicle at any of them. In fact, some of them don't even exist. We can't even find them. We're going to the addresses that are listed on the Secretary of State's website as their business address.
This is a massive parking lot here. We're gonna go ask them where their vehicles are. They should not have any excuse as to why they don't have their vehicles here, other than if they are out driving right now. And what's the story behind this business?
Well, this business is new as of March of 2024. It's Muhammad Malim is the registered agent for 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
Me and David headed into this building, however, the owner was not there.
We're here at the suite of Epimonia Transport LLC. There's actually not even a sign here. And anyone here, looks like there's a guy over here. Let's see if we can talk to him really quick. Do you know about Epimonia Transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago. He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And then I see him maybe twice a month so.
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot, but no transport.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years and I'm always here. I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here. So I know everybody in the building, and this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here. They're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
For instance, this guy, Muhammad, he should have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
Oh my
Wow, so he's
God!
even lying
Like
on
they
his
don't
public
even
records
like
with the
know
government.
their own.
I would
address.
assume if he was to
That's that's bad.
doing fraud,
Like at
makes
least
sense to
if
switch
you're
it up
gonna
and throw
defraud
people
the
off track.
system,
It would be
have your
the first thing
fake
somebody would do,
address
I would think.
So since the
down.
fraud has started
What
to
the
be
heck?
exposed, Muhammad has left the scene, and that guy just said, he confirmed that there has never even been transportation vehicles outside. So Muhammad has completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found, and this parking lot, massive parking lot, actually never even had any transport vehicles, according to the guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's over.
Because if me and you were to go to the doctor, we either have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How come they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation companies. They said they were all full. So now we're at 2833 13th Avenue South in Minneapolis. And there's supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advance Mobility Incorporated. And what's interesting about this company is that state records show that it first registered with the state of Minnesota in 1999.
And they have been in business for over 26 years.
Yes, correct.
So we're going to go inside.
They must have a lot of vehicles.
So this is Advanced Mobility 2833, boarded up. All these windows are covered right here. We're going to see if we can go inside. There's a bunch of shops in here. We have money transferring shop. We got clothes in here. There's a coffee shop. Let's see if Advanced Mobility is in here. We got spices. Is Advanced Mobility here?
You know 224?
I don't think you guys are allowed to record it.
Do you know where Advanced Mobility is?
Suite 224.
She's recording over there, so. Suite 224. Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
Never even heard of a fraudulent business.
Oh, my name is Nick Shirley. We're just looking for Advanced
If you're
Mobility.
gonna defraud the system, at least know
Where's
your
Advanced
fraudulent
Mobility at?
business.
That's what we're
When
asking
people
for.
come to talk
All
to
right,
you
we're
about
looking
it,
for
you
Advanced
don't look at
Mobility.
them like
Nobody can
they
help
have
us right now.
three heads.
We got a whole group of people trying to get us out of here. We're looking for Advanced Mobility. Advanced Mobility doesn't exist.
Get out. You need to get out. You need to get out. Get out.
Now they're pushing us out of here.
Get out.
Where's Advanced Mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for.
Get out. Get out.
Would you like that? Give a statement on where Advanced Mobility is.
No, go ahead. Get out. We don't care.
So Advanced Mobility is not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? No, who do you work for?
Nick Shirley.
Who do you work
This
for?
is Nick Shirley,
I
sir.
don't care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes,
But
sir.
who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
I don't care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today, Nick Shirley.
This is from the
We
state
don't
of
care. We don't care
Minnesota.
about that. Get out of here.
Stop here.
And see, you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here.
Hey, from the
Advanced Mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting was we walked in there, and on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a one-story building. None of
Oh
the
my
suites
God!
have
It
the
says
number
it has
2
a
on it.
second floor,
It
and it's
doesn't
a
exist. And it's
one-story
been
freaking
registered since
building.
1999.
What
and
in
it
the
doesn't
heck?
exist.
At least
next
put the
location.
fraudulent
David, where are we at?
businesses
We're at
in
what's called Ray's,
two-story buildings
R-A-Y-Z
if you're going to say
Transportation
that they're on the
LLC.
second floor.
And this is Ray's Transportation. We're on a street. There's no parking lot for any transportation vehicles. We'll see what happens. This is the address for Ray's Transportation. See if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation place. There's no transportation places here.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's just Ray's,
Healthcare places.
R-A-Y-Z.
well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that Ray Transportation, all of
we're
these
up to
transportation
7
companies,
million, and we're
they're
not
kind of like ghost
even-
companies. They exist on
we're not
paper, but
even,
they don't
like,
actually
halfway
exist
through. This is
in
crazy.
person. Would you like to
7.8
see
million, we're not
anybody in the
even
government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walls?
Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like we need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of spaces for it. Now this is some crazy stuff, but I'm glad that you bringing light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
Hey, what's up? What you got going on, man? Hey. We keep that false narrative that you be going on. It's a nonsense.
You should get in your car because
you should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that.
It's
You're
not
being
fair, but the fraud's not fair.
This country is built on
fraud's
fairness.
not.
You're not being fair. You
Yes,
cannot
Does it
come
take
into the
away
community
from
and be
people
doing
with
that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be
disabilities
happening,
need
right?
it, but
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's
We
failed.
got a governor. We got an attorney general. Let them do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation. This is information.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state
You're
of
coming
Minnesota.
You're coming everywhere. Where you coming from?
You see what I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
Get the south side. It's my turf. Get it.
Sir, so we were just having a civil conversation. The guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. About the fraud that's happening. And he's saying that I'm the bad guy for showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate. They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff either going on or be brought to light. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna it's a very tight knit community.
You saw it firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection.
I'll say.
So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no ill feelings towards you by any means. We're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir, and thank you very much. Why are we doing this?
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist. That's what we're trying to figure out. It's not a race issue. It's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally in the entire state of Minnesota. It's not just in one part of Minneapolis.
Right. And so I think what happens is the people in the suburbs of Minneapolis and St. Paul, they get lulled into a false sense of security because they say, oh, that's in Minneapolis. It doesn't affect us, or that's in St. Paul. And we're showing that this fraud spreads throughout the entire state of Minnesota, including all of the suburbs. And we're going to bring to light exactly what's going on in those respective suburbs.
And so what's happening in this suburb of St. Louis Park?
Well, this is one of the Somali NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation companies that's registered with the state of Minnesota in St. Louis Park. And so let's see if this one actually exists.
This is the location of Crescent Transportation. We have no vans outside right now. Does not look like any vans are outside. Let's go inside, see if Crescent Transportation exists. Here we are, and it's an apartment complex. There's no signage of any Crescent Transportation Company. Once again, another fraudulent business where they don't even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex. So this is an apartment complex right here?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
Huh? I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraudsters?
Huh? Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do
Oh
you
my
feel
God,
knowing
that
that, for
guy's
instance,
like-
right here, a transportation company that receives money from the government
Nobody like
is not even here. It's the apartment complex.
Oh
I
my
just
God.
said-
Like,
I don't like it. I'm a taxpayer. I work hard for my money. People out here fraud, they still go to jail.
And should Tim Watts go to jail?
Oh, he cricket too, huh? All them cricket, all the politicians. My daddy ain't never liked none of them.
So that man right there just confirmed that this is an apartment complex.
my daddy
Right,
is
and
never
so
like none
the
of them.
cities
That's
have
funny.
specific
Oh my
rules
God.
governing operating businesses out of apartments. They do not allow transportation companies to park vehicles in an apartment parking lot. None of the cities in the Twin Cities allow that.
Because even if you were to be running a transportation company out of your apartment, there's nowhere to park the cars.
Well, where are they? There aren't any. Crescent, I don't see anything with Crescent on it anywhere.
More fraud taking place here.
So this is called Hopkins Childcare Center. This facility is licensed to hold 118 children. So this should be a really big facility. And this year alone, they have received $2.25 million from the state of Minnesota. And last year, they
Okay.
received $1.92 million from the state of Minnesota. And this facility in the past 5 years has been in the top 10 for the most money received from the state of Minnesota.
So there should be plenty of children. There should be footprints of children walking in and out.
And we
This should
got
be
like
a very
20
busy
minutes
place,
left
yes.
in it.
So this right
Oh my
here
God.
is Hopkins Childcare Center. They're receiving over $2 million a year. All of the windows are completely blacked out. You can't even get in. And for a place that's supposed to have over 100 children, there's no footprints anywhere going into the store.
No, yeah, that would be a.
And
And, it's locked.
midday right now.
Like,
This is the backside of the daycare. Ringing the doorbell right now. See if anybody comes. Hello, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, sir.
Get out.
Okay, listen.
Get out. This is our business.
Yes,
What are you
sir.
looking for?
We don't care what you do on the
We're-
parking lot.
Go this side. Yeah.
This
This private.
I can be here in the
No,
parking lot.
no. You don't be here.
Wait,
What are
can
you
we
looking
ask
for?
you about the daycare? It's
What
all
are
right.
you looking
It's all
for?
right. Can we ask you about the daycare?
No. I don't care the claim.
Sir, I'm not racist.
You have to live here.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing. man.
$2.25 million.
Get out. Get out, you guys. Get out. Get out. This is
$2.5 million.
Get out.
This is a business.
Get out. Hey, get out. What are you looking for?
We're asking. We just want to.
Get out.
We just want to ask you about $2.25 million.
Get out.
You say
Get out.
out of here, man.
Get out, guys. Get out.
You cannot do that.
Get out. No, you cannot. You cannot do that.
Where?
Get out.
This is.
Get out. No. Get lost. Get out. No.
Sir.
You have to get out. This is our property. Get out.
Why?
Get out.
Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No. Get out.
What's the need
Get
for
out. Get out.
$2.25 million for a
I'm telling
daycare?
you, get out. Get
Can
out.
you answer the question?
Get out. No, I don't ask you any question. You guys, get out.
You can't answer the
Get
question.
out. No. What? Who are you?
My name's Nick
Who are you?
Shirley.
No, I don't give a shit. Get out.
Could you
Get out.
answer the question?
No, I don't.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
No. $1 million.
I don't-
Don't worry about it. Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
And it's licensed for
Get out, my friend.
118
Get out.
children,
Get out.
but I don't see any footprints of any children here. I don't see any footprints of any children
Get
here.
out. Get out. Guys, get out. No,
One-
you're not asking nothing, man.
I'm
Get
just
out.
asking you about what we're seeing here.
No, get out.
Do you-
Get out our business.
do you-
Get out.
sir.
This is my property.
You have millions of
Get
people
out.
watching right now.
Fucking
Can you say what's the need
$1
for $2.25 million?
$1 million.
And where are the
man. Get out.
118 children?
Motherfucker, get out.
Sir, I'm just
Get
asking you a
out.
simple question.
Get out. No, you don't ask me any question. Get out.
You have the
Get
opportunity to
out.
answer
No.
the question.
No. You can't ask me nothing. Get out. Get out our business, man. Get out. Get out, motherfucker. Get out.
Sir,
Get out.
just answer the question.
No.
Just answer
Get
the
out.
question.
No, get out. Leave.
Sir, just answer the simple question.
Hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You YouTube, man. Get out.
All right, code word has been given. We're out.
Get out.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Get out.
Sir, just answer the question. Where are the children? No footprints of any children around here. No footprints of any children. They can't even answer the question. We gave them so many opportunities. We gave them plenty of opportunities to just answer some simple questions. Millions of people are watching right now.
They came out with guns blazing. All we want to know is where are the children? 118 children, no footprints in the snow. All of their vehicles were sitting there with 2 feet of snow on them. They haven't moved in months.
The windows are all blacked out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing at all these daycares. 4 men came out, yet they couldn't answer the simple question. We had it right here. 118 children, $2.25 million this year.
Welcome to Minnesota.
Now this daycare center, how much money has this one received?
So this child care center is called Proud Child Care Center, and it's in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, which is a very high income area. It's a further out suburb from Minneapolis, but there are a lot of multi-billion-dollar homes right in this neighborhood. And this child care got $1.25 million in funding in fiscal year 2025. It got $1.08 million last year. It opened in 2021. Let's go see if we can find any kids.
There should be at least 40 children here. Looking at the snow prints, does not look like there's any snow prints of any young children. And all of these windows are completely blacked out. Let's see if we could just talk to somebody. Could I enroll my son Joey into daycare here?
Yes, that is.
Well, do you have the paperwork where I can enroll a child? Oh, my name's Nick Shirley. I was wondering if I could enroll a child. I have a son named Joey. My name's Nick Shirley. Yeah, I'm just coming out and seeing if I could enroll my child, Joey. We just want to get a statement as to why this daycare needs $1.26 million, and if it's even possible to enroll somebody like my child, my imaginary child, Joey. No, you guys can't give a clear statement, or could you even give me a paper to enroll a child into the daycare? Just to show that you guys are a legit business. It would
Why would we do that?
If you could just give me a piece of paper
supposed
saying
to be a legit business.
where to enroll a child.
Do that. And
you can't do that. Okay, well, thank you very much. And I hope this place actually is holding 47 children, because you guys are receiving $1.26 million in this year alone. So have a great rest of your day. They won't even give us a paper to enroll a child. Could have debunked all their claims. They can't even do it. One of the big talks about the fraud is about Quality Learing Center. It's a daycare that has received $1.9 million. It's licensed for over 99 children. Instead of Quality Learning, it says Quality Learing Outside. But the big controversy about the Quality Learing Center is that Somalians, after the video went live, they all of a sudden started shuffling children into the daycare. But at the same time, the commissioner of children of Minnesota was on a live stream saying they had closed the daycare a week ago.
Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago.
How much money has this place all received? And what's...
This is the one that's licensed for 99 children. This fiscal year, they've received $1.9 million. And in fiscal year 2024, they had received about $2.2 million. So about $4 million in the last 2 fiscal years.
We're up in the Quality Learing Center, 1-800-FRAUD, as now it had been confirmed that this place was closed down, and now they're shuffling children into the daycare.
So Tiki Brown said this facility was closed.
She said a week ago.
And now magically it's full of cars. So how can it be closed if people are coming and going?
Yeah, that's not closed at all.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the owner right here.
They can record. We can get off the property.
So you guys can record. So how come they said this building was closed? We're trying to speak to the owner. They won't even answer a simple question. Look, now he's going inside.
Sir, don't run though. It looks suspicious when you run, brother. And you can smile, but bro.
Sir, I'm right here.
He's right here to speak to you.
I'm right here.
Don't do that. Oh,
you can't defend the fraud.
Oh, come on. At the daycare, do it. Hey, not at the daycare doing the middle finger, though.
We have like 100 cameras on it. Now, both of these people have interesting ties with politicians inside of Minnesota. For instance, the man who's running the daycare, he was celebrating with Mayor Fry after he won re-election of mayor inside of Minneapolis. And then this lady right here seems to be a friend of Ilhan Omar, as she has photos with her outside of the restaurant. And she also has videos of her giving a tour to a separate daycare to Mayor Fry. It really makes you wonder why these politicians haven't fought against the fraud, knowing that it's happened in locations like Quality Learing Center. Meanwhile, they're taking photos and celebrating with them at events. What's your message, people, about the fraud here in Minnesota?
This is part of the cover-up. They're trying to cover their tracks. So let me say this on camera. If you can prove that any of the information that I have here is false, I'll give you $100,000 cash.
Okay.
If any of it's false or inaccurate in any way.
I would. If I had $100,000,
take me up,
prove it was false.
and if you can't prove it, you have to give me $100.
So you saying all that's real?
100%. I'll give you $100,000 if you can disprove my information.
See, they all went silent. Silent.
Anybody? Your $100 versus my $100,000 cash.
They're all silent. What do you think about the fraud here?
Hey, the fraud here in Minnesota, I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy. Like, what do you mean specifically? What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you feel about this daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million? And they couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled Learing.
Hey, man, Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say too much. I'm already too hot. But, I mean, Tim Waltz, you gotta solve this stuff. Minnesota really cracked down on this because they've been doing this for years. So
should Tim Waltz be prosecuted?
Hell yeah.
And at this point, you're probably wondering where all the millions and billions of dollars has gone. Well, it's been well tracked that a lot of the money, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, has been funneled through TSA at the airport inside of Minnesota. It's been well tracked and documented. Even in 2017, there was reports coming from the local Fox News station, and I was actually able to meet up with a whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw millions of dollars go through TSA.
And what kind of fraud did you see take place here in Minnesota?
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years. 24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And my recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this, then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was anywhere from $1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was, as far as I can remember, there was always 2 individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact HSI and Customs, and I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this, but nothing was ever done the whole time I was there. I talked to one individual. We were going after narcotic cash leaving the airport. This was always fraud. We had no nexus to that this cash was related to narcotics. So our hands were kind of tied. We couldn't do a whole lot.
How do you suspect these Somalians had millions of dollars to move in an airport?
We would rack our heads all the time, like, where are they getting this? Where in the world are they getting this money? And I had heard about these daycares and whatnot, but I mean, I thought at the time, okay, maybe they had 10 daycares, but apparently they have a lot more than that. We were all just racking our heads trying to figure this out.
So you openly saw just millions of dollars get moved through these airports.
I saw one time I saw an open suitcase with the cash because we were looking into seeing if it was narcotics related, which it was not.
How much money do you think moved through the airport in your time?
Millions, literally millions and millions. I mean, we're talking for a good 5-6 years, you're talking, I don't know, 5 to 6 million a week. It would happen twice a week. You would get twice a week where there would be somebody flying, 2 people flying out with $1 to 2 to 3 to 4 or $5 million twice a week, every week, without fail.
And where were those people traveling to?
So this is the word I got, that they would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai. And then apparently what I had heard was it was too dangerous to go any further with it. So they'd wire the money to Somalia. Whether they scraped a whole bunch off the top and did that, I don't know.
Wow. So they take the money from Minnesota, take it to Atlanta, and then take it to Dubai. And then from Dubai, they then wire the money.
Correct. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I was told by other investigators.
So all the taxpayers' dollars were getting funneled through the airports and then taken to Dubai to be sent to Somalia.
And God knows who that's going to. Probably some
It appears that's how it all
terrorist
yes.
group that we're funding. God. These past few weeks with all this being exposed have been wild because I've been wanting this for so long, and then some guy that none of us had ever heard of before 2 weeks ago, the day after Christmas, uploads a video and it all goes crazy. I think it's high time for this to be exposed. I think Tim Walz and everybody involved in this fraud needs to go to jail, because how many Medicaid waiver slots, how many actual children and actual daycares have you deprived of funding because you want to give it to all these fraudulent people? And meanwhile, the disability community has to live with asset limits and a marriage penalty. The asset limits haven't been updated since 1989, and there's still a marriage penalty that's way outdated because the cost of living has skyrocketed, as you can probably see when you buy groceries every day since 1989, and you're like, oh, we're not sure if we have the money to do this. We're not sure if we have the money to do this. We're not sure if we have the money to raise the asset limits and eliminate the marriage penalty. Meanwhile, up until 2 weeks ago, and Donald Trump, thank you, Donald Trump, the federal government has been giving it to illegal immigrants that are query running fraudulent businesses, and it's just insane because we have to go without. People like me that really need it have to go without because they want to give it to people that are supposedly running a daycare and early childhood education center but can't spell learning right on the sign. So it's crazy. I hope everybody involved in this fraud goes to jail. Please, please, please pass the bill that's needed in Congress to invest in technology to stop all this fraud and eventually reform the welfare, because it's crazy that we have to go without because they want to give it people that are clearly fraudulent. So please just give it to the people that need it and not the people that will vote for you that just because they'll vote for you. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I know it's a little bit different than what we normally do, and we will see you guys next episode. Bye, guys.
Go to welfarereformnow.com or scan the QR code to learn more.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to follow the show and our guests on social media and subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell so you'll get notified when we upload new episodes. See you next time.